On today's episode of Undercover Boss, the founder and CEO of GiGi's Cupcake, one of the fastest growing cupcake stores, goes undercover. By working in the front lines, this former country singer turned cupcake queen will have to put her skills to the test.
Okay, stop. Go get another cake. Do it again.
It's beautiful.
Do it again. It's not.
But what will happen when her journey goes off the rails and she discovers that employees are not following her recipe for success?
Corporate sent it wrong?
They didn't send it wrong. We like our stuff firmer.
And how will her employees react when they find out that she's been the boss all along?
Been on Undercover Boss.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
Find out on today's episode of Undercover Boss. Headquartered in Nashville, Tennessee, GiGi's Cupcake is quickly rising to the top to become one of the country's most successful bakeries. With 1,000 employees and 100 stores spread across 23 states, this $42 million a year business is led by founder and CEO Gina Butler.
My name is Gina Butler, and people call me GiGi. I'm the founder and CEO of GiGi's Cupcakes.
Gina was born in Oklahoma and wanted to be a country singer and songwriter since she was just 7 years old. She started singing in clubs at 18, and she then moved to Nashville to further her career, but her music career didn't take off immediately, so she had to work other jobs during the day to be able to sing at night. This continued for about a decade before she decided that music was not the right path for her and she wanted to change her career. She then got the idea of a cupcake shop from her brother, who loved cupcakes but couldn't find good enough as hers and their mother's. Gina's life wasn't going anywhere, so she took a loan and opened her first cupcake shop in Nashville, and most of her family members helped her start the business, from cleaning the store to baking, and the business started to grow pretty fast. But working with the company had a big downside to their relationship, with everyone disagreeing on how to run the business, and Gina had to make a decision to hire professionals to run most of the business, which really upset the family, and they don't even talk to her now. GiGi's Cupcake motto is consistency and setting themselves apart from other competitors. So Gina carefully selects who can be a franchise owner, and this strategy has really worked well for her, but she thinks that she can still improve a lot if she sees how everything is done day to day, and that's why she decided to go undercover. She'll be going undercover as Candace, a single mom competing in a reality show to win money to start her own business.
While undercover, I'll be posing as Candace Plinkett, a single mother, competing to win money to start my own business.
For her first job, she traveled to Charlotte, North Carolina to work as a cupcake decorator.
Today, I'm going undercover as a cupcake decorator in Charlotte, North Carolina.
And she meets up with Jason, and he first teaches her how to decorate a chocolate cupcake. And as soon as he shows her, Gina is shocked to see that he's not doing it the right way, as Gina always swirls the frosting, but Jason is stacking them, which is not part of their brand.
Is that the GiGi swirl?
Yeah, that's the GiGi swirl.
This is not the GiGi way. Jason does not have my swirl right.
She also sees that he's not even properly filling the cupcakes, but she keeps her cool and tries to do the cupcakes his way. They then drive for a delivery and arriving at a wedding, and when setting up the cupcakes, she sees Jason is passionate about doing things perfectly and figures out that the issue was not with him, but was actually because of the fact that he wasn't trained well.
He hasn't been trained properly himself, so how is he supposed to be able to train me?
On their break, she learns Jason had a bad life before and was in jail for 6 months, but after that he worked hard and changed his life, and he dreams of having GiGi's franchise one day. For her next job, she travels to Atlanta, Georgia to work as a baker.
Today I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'll be working as a baker.
And she meets up with C, and she teaches her how to make a frosting. C is a tough teacher and a stickler about cleanliness, which Gina loves. But she's then met with another problem when she sees that the recipe has been altered. C says the recipe sent from corporate was very soft, so she's decided to tweak it a little bit to make it better.
Corporate sent it wrong?
They didn't send it wrong. We like our stuff firmer.
Gina was very upset to hear this and is annoyed that C is not following her recipe, but continues to follow her lead. C is a good teacher and shows her how to properly make the frosting, even though she was not following the right recipe. On their break, she learns that C had a nervous system disease which made her unable to walk, but thankfully she was treated, but she's still struggling to pay the expenses of her medical bill.
My medicine is like $2,400 a month.
I'm sorry. How much?
$2,400 a month.
The next day she travels to Houston, Texas to work under a cake manager.
Today I'm in Houston, Texas, and I'll be working in the cake department.
And she meets up with Cheryl, who tells her she has high standards for her bakers and that some would call her intimidating and a little mean. Gina's happy Cheryl is blunt with her, and they get right into the job, and she teaches her how to make a cake.
Your cake.
Okay.
And then you take your buttercream and you just level it out.
Wow.
Cheryl then gets a call from a customer who wanted a cake for the weekend, but she had to turn them down because she was already booked and she didn't have any other people to help her out. Gina gets upset that Cheryl would turn down a job, but understands the issue and plans to fix it. After learning from Cheryl, Gina tries to build a cake, but Cheryl was not impressed.
I was trying not to jump in, but it's incredibly frustrating when you're taking this awesome cake, you're watching somebody just destroy it.
And she puts the cake aside and tells Gina to do it again. Gina does a lot better on the next one, but it was still not up to Cheryl's standards.
It's not great.
Can we put flowers on it?
I don't think there's enough flowers in the world that would cover all this up.
For her last job, she travels to Gainesville, Florida to work as a customer service representative.
Today I'm in Gainesville, Florida, and I'll be working as a customer service representative.
And she meets up with Jeanette, who's an upbeat employee. Jeanette greets the customers enthusiastically, and Gina is very timid and shy, and Jeanette encourages her to be more relaxed.
Just the way that I did. Hi there, welcome you GiGis. Don't be afraid to say hi, welcome, you know, just be who you are.
While working together, Jeanette shares that she wanted to go to school to be a family counselor, and she tells her that she lost her mom when she was just 10, and she got depressed and tried to off herself 3 times.
I've tried to commit suicide 3 times, so I was in the hospital quite a bit.
And she now wants to help people so they won't suffer as she did. And finally, Gina's undercover time has come to an end, and she invites her employees to reveal her true identity.
You've been on Undercover Boss.
No, I have not.
Yes, you have.
First in was Jeanette, and she tells her that she was inspired by her story and gives her $20,000 to pay for her school and other stuff.
She's paying for my school, and I was so worried about that, you know? It's just awesome.
Next in was Jason, and she tells him that he was a good employee, but recalls that he wasn't trained properly, and she then offers to bring him to headquarters so she can train him herself. She then goes on to give him $30,000 to help with his financial issues, and she also tells him that when he's ready, she'll give him his own franchise, which will cost about $100,000.
I'm not gonna mess this up. I mean, it's like, yes, I finally get my chance.
Next in was Cheryl, and she tells her that she's one of the best bakers that she's met, and then offers to hire help for her and gives her a promotion, making her the head of the creative cake team, and she then offers her a fully paid vacation for her and her family, and finally she gives her $50,000 as a gift.
Somebody has finally seen the effort that I put forth into my work and my passion. It's just amazing.
Last in was C, and she tells her that she was impressed by her, but she didn't like her tweaking the recipe, but it's opened her mind to the idea of what needs to be tweaked, and she then gives her $10,000 for her personal expenses, and also offers to pay her medical bills.
My heart is pounding out of my chest right now. I'm like really excited and happy.
And that wraps up today's episode of Undercover Boss.